Hi everyone, welcome back to Daily Recaps. Today, I am going to explain a thriller film called Old. Hope you like it. Enjoy the video and take care. Movie starts with a family composed of Priska, Guy, Trent, and the Maddox. They are going on a tropical holiday at a Paradiso Island. This island seems to be perfect for them. The resort manager welcomes the family, and during the guests' welcome party, they are given free cocktails. Trent also meets Sidlib, a young man from the area who appears to be aware of a secret regarding the island. We learn that the family's condition is not very good at night. This will be Guy and Priska's final family vacation together because they want to get divorced. Priska, on the other hand, has a disease that has been present in her body for years. In the morning, while having breakfast, the family is approached by the resort manager and is offered to visit a secluded beach on the nature preserve side of the island for a day where they can avoid crowds. Suddenly, Patricia, a mid-aged woman, suddenly collapses and starts having a seizure. His boyfriend, Jaron, is a nurse, and a guy, Charles, who appears to be a doctor, immediately comes to help. The doctor and his family, which consists of Crystal, Agnes, and Kara, are also invited, and the group finally arrive at the secluded beach's entrance, and they have to walk a little bit to reach the place. Upon arrival at the main attraction of the beach, we can see that it has a very beautiful view, but is surrounded by steep stone wall which is quite frightening. The group then meet a mysterious traveler at the beach, Sedan, who appears to be a famous rapper. While playing around, Maddox and Trent find rusted knives and abandoned toys, but Priska tells them to go away and ignore them. When a drowned body is found, the vacation of the group is tragically cut short. Sedan's missing girlfriend, who went swimming before the group arrived, turns out to be the body. The incident leaves the group perplexed, and Charles accuses Sedan of murdering his own girlfriend. Because of his constant nose bleeding, he is accused. A short while later, Jaron and Patricia show up at the beach, and the group informs them of the circumstance. The group is adamant that they are already eager to return to the resort. When Jaron attempts to explore the cave, he suddenly feels dizzy and gets knocked out, indicating that they can't get back to the path they used to enter just now. After that, Charles' mom suddenly stops breathing and dies with no reason. Things become wider as Priska approaches Charles and states that something is wrong with her kids, begging him to check them. It turns out that Trent, Maddox, and Kara suddenly become significantly older, jumping about 5 years in a couple hours. Sedan tries to run away and is chased by Charles. But as soon as they enter the cave, they immediately faint and get thrown back to the beach. Because of that, the group now understands that there is no way to flee through the cave. The doctor randomly attacks Sedan with a knife, but magic happens as the wound immediately heals. Jaron suggests someone to swim against the currents until they can find another shore, but no one agrees to the plan as nobody wants to risk their life. The group meets later to discuss how to handle the situation. Patricia believes that the reason the children are growing so quickly is because they are reacting to viruses. Guy and Priska let the group know that Priska has a benign tumor inside his belly. She explains that it should be about 3 centimeters, but Jaron claims it is closer to the size of a softball. Priska collapses unexpectedly, and Jaron notices that the tumor is still expanding. We now understand that the beach not only affects their age, but their physical condition, especially the diseases, will also grow faster. Thus, in order to save her life, Charles will do the surgery. The group remembers that a wound will be instantly healed. After some time, they manage to pull out the tumor from her belly, and Priska manages to wake up. Then, Sedan takes a look at her girlfriend's corpse, only to find out that her body has totally decomposed in just only 3 hours, which usually occurs in a very long time. Jaron explains that hair and nails aren't growing so fast because the beach affects their cells in hair and nails are dead. Sedan also reveals 60 minutes on that beach is equivalent to 2 years old. Thus, everybody will age almost 50 years in one day. Further tragedy occurs when Trent and Kara are having fun together at the tent, which leads to Kara rapidly giving birth. But unfortunately, the baby has to die because of the beach's rapid aging effect. The situation is getting more tense when Charles' worsening schizophrenia causes him to kill Sedan brutally. Running out of time, Jaron says that he was on the swim team and desperately offers himself to swim across the sea, hoping to find help. Guy then understands that they were picked on purpose to go to the beach because they have a trait in common. They all have medical records. Later on, while swimming, Maddox by accident finds Jaren's dead body, presumably dying because of drowning. On the other side, Kara hopelessly climbs the huge stone wall, hoping to find answers at the other side of the wall. But she suddenly becomes unconscious and falls to her death. The tragic event continues as Patricia suddenly suffers epilepsy, causing her to die instantly. Priska and Guy begin to feel the physical effects of the beach as Guy begins to lose his vision and she struggles to hear voices out of her left ear. Hypocalcemia also causes Crystal's death. Maddox and Trent find a traveler's notebook as the group is attempting to flee the beach. Trent also discovers a camera at the mountain summit, proving that someone is constantly keeping an eye on them. Charles becomes completely crazy and attacks Priska and Guy, but Priska manages to pick up the rusted knife in the previous scene and stabs Charles, causing him to die because of tetanus. Until now, the remaining survivors are Priska, Guy, Trent, and Maddox. As the night winds down, an elderly Guy and Priska make amends before they breathe their last breath. With only the now adult Maddox and Trent in the next morning, Trent finally realizes that there was a message sent by Idlib which he hasn't read. The message indicates that there is an underwater coral passage. Believing that the coral passage will allow them to leave the beach without losing consciousness, they start to swim through the coral. Unfortunately, Maddox's dress gets stuck at a coral and they struggle to escape from water. After they fail to emerge from the water, a resort employee monitoring them reports that the entire group has died. It is revealed that the resort is being used by a research team from Warren Pharmaceutical to conduct clinical trials of new medical drugs, who have been using their guests with medical conditions as unwitting test subjects. Since the beach naturally accelerates aging of the guests, the researchers have been able to complete drugs' lifetime trials in just within a day. One of the scientists explains that by administering medication to Patricia prior to her arrival, they recently succeeded in preventing epilepsy. At the beach, Patricia, who had epilepsy seizures frequently throughout her life, was able to go without one for about 8 hours, 17 minutes, or roughly 16.5 years. After that incident, the manager starts to greet the new group of guests, but unexpectedly interrupted by the arrival of Trent and Maddox, who eventually survive their underwater swim. Using the notebook as evidence of several guests gone missing, the pair are able to bring the police to the resort. Trent and Maddox return home to live with their aunt after the researchers are taken into custody. When it is revealed that the resort is merely a front for the Warren Pharmaceutical Company, the film's twist is revealed at the very end. The hotel manager is the head of a team of researchers who have been giving the guests with physical medical diagnosis cocktails that are actually experimental drugs. Priska, Charles, Patricia, and Sedan were chosen specifically because of their ailments. On the beach, the scientists could monitor their health and see how the drugs are working over time. The experiments themselves are relatively recent. Next, group of people sent to the beach in the film labeled in Trial 73. And it indicates the 73 time that tests have been conducted in the beach's unique aging effect, which is roughly more than 2 months. That's all from the movie. Thanks for watching. If you want more interesting videos like this, then hit like and subscribe to support the daily recaps. See you again. Take care.